Hi, I'm Colin Wells, and welcome to Studio M, your McKinney ISD talk show. Today's episode features a teacher from Cockrill Middle School who is opening up the minds and hearts of her students to the needs of a world beyond McKinney, even beyond the United States. And we'll take a look at life in the County Residential Center, as seen through the students' perspectives in a very unique and compassionate short video. Stick around for those guests, plus a McKinney ISD famous lookalike, all next on Studio M. Well, we've had a lot of birthdays in the Wells household. I finally had a birthday. My 7-year-old had a birthday, and my wife has one tomorrow, so don't tell her. I'm taking her out tonight. Surprise, we're going on a date, okay? So don't let her know. Also, a lot of busy stuff in the drama world. I'm going to have to say a few things about drama. We've got a one-act play competition coming up in about 2.5 weeks. Of course, a lot of both middle school and high schools have play competitions. But we'll be competing against our guests today, Cockrill Middle School. So for the past few years, Cockrill Middle School and the English and Language Arts teacher, Jodye Maupin, have been empowering students to influence their world in a positive way. And they've changed the world for the better. Last year, the philanthropic students raised enough money to purchase 2 water filtering systems for a village in South Africa. Here to tell us more about their fundraising efforts is Jodye and one of her students, Kyle Kung. Is that right, Kyle Kung?
Yes.
Awesome. Well, welcome on the show, Kyle.
Thanks.
And Miss Maupin.
Hello.
Awesome. I'm so glad you guys are on the show.
Well, thank you.
Did I say it right? Philanthropic?
Philanthropic.
Is that what you call it yourselves?
We are philanthropists.
Philanthropists.
There you go.
Awesome. Okay, well, tell us a little bit about yourself. You teach English language arts and reading. What grade level?
I am a 6th grade teacher.
6th grade. And how many years have you been in McKinney?
I've been in McKinney 7 years.
Awesome. Well, tell us a little bit about your family and what you do besides teach English.
Well, I've been a teacher. This is my 16th year to teach. I have a 7, almost 8-year-old daughter named Anne-Marie, and she is a 2nd grader at Slaughter Elementary. And I love McKinney. I've been down here. This is almost 7 years now. It's been great.
That's awesome. And I understand last year you were awarded Teacher of the Year for your campus.
I was very honored to be awarded Teacher of the Year.
Congratulations.
It was a big deal. It was really, really cool.
Yeah, that's great.
Thank you.
Well, and Cockrill being still a fairly new campus, that's a really big deal to be recognized by so many new teachers working together in a new setting. So that's awesome.
Well, thank you.
Congratulations. And Kyle, what grade are you in?
I'm in 8th grade.
Awesome. And have you been at CMS this whole time?
Yeah, I've been at CMS my 6th, 7th, and 8th grade year.
Awesome. Okay, and what do you like to do in your free time?
I just like to sit around and do my homework, and once I finish that, have some fun. But I'm in my band, and I'm first chair in my band. I play clarinet, and I was in Boy Scouts, and I recently got my Eagle Scout.
Oh, no kidding. What was your project for Eagle Scout?
I built some movable walls for a nursing home.
Oh, really? That's great. That's awesome. Well, I am so glad you both are on the show, and clearly you both have a heart for other people, just from the few moments we've gotten to talk to one another. But I'm really interested in this giving project.
Okay.
So if Ms. Maupin, you just kind of tell us a little about the origin of the project.
For years, there's been a movement called service learning. And the idea is that you take your learning from school and you pay it forward through actual service. And in the last couple of years, I've gotten to go to several conferences where people have really spoken about it and really brought up some ideas and some different venues for people to put themselves out there. And I went to a conference a couple years ago and met some people from a company called H2O for Life. And it's a nonprofit organization that they partner American schools with schools around the country. Outside of the country, but actually there are a few in the United States that they'll partner with. But they'll partner with other schools and help them build water filtration sanitation systems. That's their main #1 goal. And so I came back to my principal and I was like, yay, I want to do this. And she said, okay, let's talk about this. So we really started looking at it, and we've been kind of building it. Kyle was in my class in 6th grade, and we did some service learning projects where we had them read books and read stories and read articles as the learning part, and then that propelled them to go out and do service in our community. We have done a lot of things just around McKinney and in the McKinney area, and this idea was to take it a little bit further and to really talk to our students about the fact that we do live in such a global community, that we all can, if everyone does their part, we can make a huge change in the world. And so our original goal was $2,500, and that was very steep. It seemed very steep, and we more than doubled that. So shows you what, when people do their part, and we had so many people, I had kids would say, I can only give a quarter. It's like, that's a quarter. And so it was amazing.
Yeah, okay, so you mentioned that the H2O organization, H2O for Life,
Mm-hmm.
they help people find ways they can raise money to purchase water filtration systems?
Sanitation systems.
Okay, what exactly is that?
There's a theory that says just giving people access to water can change their worlds. And if you look around the globe, there are so many people who don't have access to clean water, and what water they do have access to has been tainted because the only sanitation systems are actually dumped upstream with their animals, with people included.
Sure.
And so as we looked at that, I mean, we did a whole day at Cockrill where our entire focus was what do we need to know about water? Our science department did filter systems and showed kids how that would work. And we did lessons and we did articles and we had a speaker come, and we've had different people come and talk about different items just to raise awareness that the fact that we can go to any tap water in our house, in our school, and we can get clean water, and we have access to a bathroom that's not going to make us sick. Mm-hmm. I mean, that's something so simple that we take such for granted.
Absolutely. We got some pictures. I understand these are pictures from a school in South Africa?
I wish I could pronounce it correctly, but it's most likely it's Rio Libwe. It's a primary school in South Africa. It's in the Limpopo district in the northeastern part of South Africa. And what you're seeing are the product of, we met this goal. We fully financed this from Cockrill. The first picture was the back of this wall. These are the urinals. And first time I showed my students this, they said, ooh, what is that? And I said, no, the water is very, very hard, and it has actually stained them. But this is actually a sanitation system. It's a clean way that the people, not just at the school, but the community members now have a clean place to come and go to the bathroom. This is one of the water.
This is where their money went.
This
right
is
here.
100% of our money went right here. The government, our organization we partnered with here works with the non-government association in South Africa. So this is completely legitimate, completely 100% funding goes directly to this. This was the water well that was put into this area that pulls the water up. The picture before was one of the sinks, and they gave them water pumps. They gave them more than one place that the people can come to the school, and here's one. They can go and take their buckets and fill it. They don't have to walk 5 and 6 miles now to a clean water system. Yeah. And this is clean water. They turn the handle. They have water. So many children don't get to go to school because they spend their days going to get water. Now all these kids can go to school.
Now, when you guys did the fundraising, what kind of event, Kyle, maybe you could tell us about the event that you did on campus that raised this money?
We purchased these shirts, and these shirts, most of the money, the money went to the shirts, but most of the money went to, the organizations that got the money for these pictures of the wells.
Yeah. Did you do another event on your campus?
I don't know, did we? Oh yeah, we did the water walk. Yeah, that was a big one.
That was a cool one.
That was a really cool one.
Is this a picture of that?
This is Kyle.
Yeah, and that's me doing the water walk. We
These are
basically
the same
finished.
T-shirts, right?
Yeah, and we basically finished, so we were really happy and excited. That
What is a water walk exactly?
what we do is we either take water bottles that we've already had filled up, but that or other water bottles, like empty water bottles, and we took them to the lake and we filled up the water bottles that were empty in the lake to show that that's the kind of water that they had to walk 5 miles for. And we had to walk like 3 or 4 miles to get there, and then we had to walk all the way back. And along the way we got beads, and each bead meant a different thing, and we got a...
Now, which lake were you walking to?
If you've ever been to Cockrill, down behind in the neighborhood behind us, there's this gorgeous little lake. And all the way leading up to it, I kept saying, I hope it's going to be great weather. I want it to be great weather. And the day of the water walk, it was windy. It was so windy.
Yes.
And so the kids were fighting the wind. by the time they got through, they were red-faced, and they were like, this was a lot of work for water. I was like, this is life for them. So it was a
So you
big
weren't just
impact.
walking around the track or anything
No.
like that? I mean, nothing against any other fundraisers that you walk around in a air-conditioned space or anything like that.
Right.
But you guys are walking outside in the elements, and you're walking to they didn't collect water, and you had to bring the water back to campus?
Yes.
Wow. Well, that really puts it in perspective, I guess.
Well, and
Yeah.
you could see from Kyle's picture, I mean, he came with some water already filled in that case, and it's heavy. And I think that's one of the
It
things
was really heavy.
the kids didn't realize is how heavy the water was going to be. And we had kids with wagons, we had kids with backpacks. We had one kid who had one of the 5-gallon, big barrels, and he was like, "Can you help me?" And I was like, "You've got to carry this." And they're sweating, and they were, oh my gosh, it was hard work.
Yeah.
And to imagine you have to do that every day.
Yeah.
Wow, that is crazy. So the event, was it more of an event for awareness, or was there ways that people could make donations to the students that were part of the water walk?
Well, the water walk was the culminating event. We did several different things on campus. We sold different passes, and we had a water well where people could throw change in.
Oh, that's great.
We had several different things on campus. That was our culminating event. And there was the big consideration of, this is a lot of money to pull in. How do we want to handle this? Well, we were able to fully fund the South African project that you saw. And then there was enough left over when I contacted that project, the project organizers. They said, we have 3 or 4 projects that they're having a hard time meeting their goal. So we were able not only to fully fund the one in South Africa, but 3 or 4 different ones around the globe. And those we still haven't gotten some of the final information from because they're still kind of trickling in. But it was a big deal, and it comes down to the students. I mean, I took the idea to my principal. My principal said, take it to the kids.
This is Dr. DeFelice.
This is Dr. DeFelice, Melinda DeFelice, and she's amazing. I mean, she's such for the kids, and she said this is going to be a good opportunity for them. So we went out and we took it to the kids, and I had some students that I knew that would help get the ball rolling, and they got the ball rolling. And then, oh my gosh, these kids they loved it, and they would say, oh, I saved my chip money, and they would give me their chip money. Instead of eating chips today, I'm giving you my change. And so, I mean, it was a really big eye-opening experience, and the water walk was the culminating event for the whole fundraiser, so to speak.
And something everybody could participate in if they wanted to.
Yes, anyone who wanted to.
Well, that's excellent. So what's the plan for next year? Is this going to happen again next year? Is that part of or is there something else before the end of this school year you're
Well,
working
we've done some small projects. Again, in 6th grade is where we've started this, where we've built this up as service projects in the 6th grade. And that's when Kyle was in the 6th grade, he did his own food drive. And we have kids going all out of McKinney, and we've got our kids doing, every year in 6th grade, they've done a little project, and then we've done another project, and we've done a lot of projects within our area to kind of start it local, because we want people to know, look what we do for McKinney, and then we build it out. And so the goal is to do this again this spring, and have another water event and fund somewhere else, because we've done South Africa, but there's so many places around the globe that could use our help.
Yeah,
So.
that's terrific. Well, and it sounds like it's fun, too.
It was really fun. I mean, it's hard work, but I learned a lot. It was really cool.
Yeah, that's great. Well, the shirts look great, too, and so I don't blame you. Are you going to use the same shirts this year, like if you do the project later this spring?
Well, this would be the same design.
Same design.
The Africa in the center is actually the logo from the company that we partner with. It's the H2O, Help to Others. And then Shelley Wandersea, she's a teacher at our school. She's a guru with T-shirts, and she just took over this project for us. And, of course, this is our mascot,
Right.
Jack the Cowboy. And then we did Cockrill Cowboys. And the way we did it last year is we did it by grade level. And so this was the 7th grade. Now the 8th grade got pink. And
Well, no, 7th grade got pink, 8th grade
so-
got blue.
Yeah, 8th grade got blue, I'm sorry. 7th grade got pink, 8th grade got blue, and 6th grade got lime green. And so that we had, I mean, when you come onto our campus, it is very colorful to see all these
yeah,
shirts. And
that's
so we're
awesome.
a colorful campus. But
All right, so then this will be for sale again.
Yes.
In a couple weeks, months, probably?
The goal is we're going to probably wait until May. It'll be right after we want to get through all the testing, because
Start
we don't
testing, sure.
we don't want anyone to be hassled with that. But in May we'll do our events.
And how much are the T-shirts?
The T-shirts, I don't remember. I'm going to be honest to say that. But what we did is we got a really great deal on the T-shirts. And I think that T-shirts maybe were $8 and we charged $15. So that we got the money for the T-shirts, and I think it was
That's
$15.
awesome.
So $15 for a really cool T-shirt.
And
It's a
you guys
bright
are
color.
being upfront about exactly what's going to go
Absolutely. The
to
T-shirts this
South
much,
Africa.
and then every single penny went to it. So
Awesome.
it was really good.
Well, super. Well,
Yay.
hey, I am so excited to hear about the project. I'm glad it was a success, too.
Absolutely.
That's always encouraging
Absolutely.
as well. Well, thank you guys for being on the show today. It's very nice to meet you both. All right, well, we need to take a short break, but when we return, we'll take you inside the County Residential Center. We'll be right back.